Okay. Delete. Save. And onwards.
What lies beyond?
Okay, so this is just the entrance from west side to here. Fanatical old man, elderly citizen, rebel trooper, rebel trooper, rebel.
Curiosity sings in my veins.
Some 10 people, children among them, are huddling together in fear. The elderly family members are doing what they can to calm the young. Several armed insurgents are watching the frightened hostages, but the watchers themselves are looking around nervously. Come to your senses, Arloyd. Look what you're doing to your own family. A woman about 60, gray-haired but still strong, is kneeling before a stocky man with a thick white beard, stretching her arms towards him. Take pity on us, let us go. Can't you see I'm trying to save you? The man clutches his weapon tightly. Only Aurora can help you. Help us. Why can't you see that? Upon seeing you, the man points his weapon out at you. The other insurgents do the same. Who are you and what do you want? But all I wanted was to save I. The man drops his weapon and covers his face with his hands in desperation. You hear several short sobs. The woman raises from her knees and approaches her husband. I know you were trying to save us, but there's still a way to set things right. The old man gazes to the other insurgents to lower their weapons. Then he shifts his gaze to you, trying to hold back tears. What happens to us now? Your family may go, and so may you, but make sure I never see you again. The hostages begin to leave, and soon the group disappears around one of the bends. The old man looks away from them and walks in the opposite direction. His shoulders shake with sobs every now and then. What the fuck did you... Eh? Okay, I think he's a perpetual or something. Because he burned to death. Oh, we already have the sharp shooter. But then we need perfect spot. Oh, that was one of the abilities. Yeah, this is the one I want. Oh, are these just gonna be these?
What curiosity unveils itself before me?
Over.
Oh, one step at a time, amidst the madness.
Okay, so we can no longer go any further that way.
In this tapestry of a world, I am the rogue thread.
Okay, I guess there's no way down there.
A tantalizing anomaly.
You know what? Probably doesn't help that we don't even know where what we're looking for.
Patience! My nerves are frayed!
Command center. Hopefully this is the end. Talk to the governor.
There will be no peace in my wake.
The painfully thin tech priest turns sharply towards you. The sudden movement makes his charmed augments briefly playing. His gray eyes set under furrowed brows and almost blend into the pale skin of his face, and he levels you with a heavy dour stare. Identification: Unit Logos, Quartz Cram, official trade representative of the Explorer Contagious Fleet. The The unit supervises supply routes in the system and ensures the security of the combat arsenal, performs commercial transactions, and secures mutual beneficial contracts. So his eyes widen. His Vox unit immediately lets out a string of screeching Bahiric, a tortuously long tirade in which the volume raises and falls, seemingly at random. When it finally over the emissary servant bows his head in deference. It requests permission to transfer information. The Drug Grader possesses a supreme degree of power, the potential to influence the current leadership, the ability to restore order. Show me your arsenal, accept the communal transaction. Postcode, what was that? Detailed compliment. I recommend you consider request to trade, transfer information. Says sharply and curtly, haphazard and careless decisions on the part of the record Minos government has led to unacceptable consequences. Communication with the Optus Mechanicus Sanctum has been lost. Troops must be sent to the hallowed electrodynamic Cinerarium without delay. Restoring communications with the Electro Priests and ensuring the Sanctum security are our top priorities. You are the head of the Rogue Trader Dynasty. Your position enables you to exert influence, pauses for a moment, and pressure on the subjects of the Imperium. Units, Karam request assistance. The actions of the governor of Makram of Karnas must be influenced. Demands that troops be sent to the holy monastery of the Optus Mechanicus. I observe that this world's authorities lack diligence in the performance of their duties. Statement is true. United in their discussion. As criticism you bear and red exchange knowing nods. He is grateful the Rogue Trader is highly likely to successfully influence the future actions of the local authorities. Retrieving archived data are 70 Terran years ago. Over 70 Terran years ago, the governor of Rakard Minos and authorized representatives of the Explorer Congress fleet made an agreement. Its goals was mutual benefits through cooperation. Unit Logos Quartz Karem is the fleet's appointed trade agent. The unit is responsible for maintenance of the arsenal and the combat machinery. Blessed are the armorers, for these can be no Imperium without them. Blessed are the valiant warriors, for there is no end to the darkness without them. The emissary servants exchange short bionic mantras filled with intimidating slurs. Okay, how does one trade? The measure of your status, wealth, and power of a rogue trader is value determines how much you can trade. Cars is for loot, drag pieces. However, loot inside the cargo will be lost. Carvis, governor of this star system, welcome to my temporary headquarters. Mangus falls on the Blard, his eyes slightly narrowed. Osterin. Governor Mida, my greetings. I'm not seeing the convoy I sent to meet you. What happened? Did they fail to find you and escort you? Is that so? I promise their punishment will be spared. Only one good shoulder in the whole convoy. Pathetic. Head to the barracks, private, and await new orders. Well, Chip, before we proceed with discussing the matters that are of interest to you, there is a question I feel compelled to ask. It's only recently that there was the head of the... I received no word of her demise. How is that you are now the rogue trainer? My esteemed person died at the hands of the cultists. May the Emperor's souls. I should be the one asking that question. Our ship was attacked by heretics. They killed Lord Theodora. Governor frowns and a deep shadow falls over his face. Rogue traitor Von Valencius. Slain, unthinkable. Please accept my deepest and most sincere condolences, your lordship. You must not hesitate to help. I need a fresh crew to replace those killed. Of course, your lordship, you will be compensated for any losses, and I'll see it personally that your ship holds are filled with the finest goods from my personal reserve. Excellent. Your lordship, a rogue trader has no use for lunacy. I can offer you several thousand fine of servants. However, I am sad to inform you that I won't be able to do it until we dealt with the insurgency of the planet. Along the rebels soon. Sergeant who managed to impress a person of such noble standing will be recommended for decoration. Of course he did. That priest is very insistent. I ordered a squad to be dispatched to the Adeptus Mechanicus. They haven't been heard from yet. I'm afraid this is all I can do under the present circumstances. I don't have a single soldier to spare here in the capital. I do. Master Von Calax has left for the hallowed son of Brenham. It's an ancient monastery of the Adeptus Mechanicus. I don't know what his objectives are. Needless to say, searching activity has been observed in the monastery vicinity. But I suppose that too petty of a problem for an agent of the Mussolini Inquisition. Besides, I have already sent a small detachment of reinforcements there. Fortunately, right now you won't be able to leave the capital and set out to look for him. The rebels got a hold of some ancient weapons and have made flying over the city impossible. Buster is a traitor. While why any family, however noble, has an unworthy scorn or two. Naturally, we will surrender him should we find him within my jurisdiction. Unfortunately, I have no information regarding his location. However, we have a conjurator here at the command center. It's connected to the data crypt from Logos of Sanctum. It's created all the Axomech reports. Unfortunately, the access prayer for it's unknown to me. If you manage to give him the stubborn machine, you might learn something about Conrad's movements. I'd hazard he fled from your ship not on a pair of wings. There is a Nevis Nobel station in this system, but there are hermits, rogue traders, section smaller. Basically, he's just saying everything we've already. Did I just fail that quest? The chair looks a lot older and more worn than the ones next to it. However, it has evidently been well cared for. Numerous parts has been replaced. Not a single key is jammed, and fresh seals with prayers to Yomisar adorns its surface. One of the side panels have been removed. Bundles of gold notch cables run from inside to a small data crypt that was connected only a short while ago. We passed the layer to security. Negotiator is ready to reveal its secrets. Bonuses orders, the archives, and every other station on Minos, and the two primary sites has been quarried. Set surveillance are named Magos and Ferth the Keen. Are two great companions of faith and co-chairs replaced inside the satellite core after their shells perish. The purpose of the sacred contraption required by the Legus is to uncover the external influence behind the ongoing insurgency. Result positive. Multiple instances of interference and malfunction detected, suggesting that the ship moving across the system deliberately blinded the sacred Arbiter's eyes. The first of the ships is made to have arrival to, like I said, early in the winter, the most recent 1 month ago. The insurgence of the planet has been long in the making, with the precision of internal actors. As alleged that 2 cycles ago, Aurora arrived in the system. The rumored unholy prophet and the insurgents, the subsequent ship movements, and it can be attributed to weapon deliveries. But what is the nature of the activity near Sevilla? Governor makes attention must be drawn to. Reports, Rogue Trader, House of Atlantis. Was signed Brother Twilight. Their contact will not be decrypted. Looks like we gotta blow up the anti-air thingy. I didn't wanna. Time for the long walk back to spaceport.
What lies beyond?
I guess we could check over here.
This ocular implant was a worthwhile investment.
One step
should
at
deal
a
with
time
this.
amidst the
Over there.
madness.
Hey, what's that? The premonition runs true. The whispers told me how. Over. That wasn't so difficult. The premonition runs true. Over.
There we go.
This ocular implant was a worthwhile investment.
Ooh, ancient Terran monocle. The worst of us depends on fellowship instead of intelligence. We don't need that, but we'll keep it.
In this tapestry of a world, I am the rogue thread.
Just making sure the recording's working. Last consumes the ancient weapon in the sky above. The city is safe for flying again.
Patience? My nerves are frayed. There will
Time
be
to walk
no
all the way
peace
back.
in my wake.
Should we kill those last guys that we went by? Those instructions are using to shoot down shuttles over the city. Has been destroyed. Now nothing to prevent you from returning to your ship. If you wish to find you should go to the priesthood of Mars. I, Major Serent, am officially shooting my perception in the operation. I must inspect the state of the relics and ensure myself that is under zero risk of falling into heretic hands. According to my tech comrades were supposed to lock the monastery gates against lay people and activate the traps. I deemed it optimal to ordained Mako should provide his assistance. I categorically object. As much as I respect the secret monastery, I have on my hands a whole capital that needs to be attended by the Omnissiah servants. We have lost many tech priests. Incidentally, one of them perished in the same monastery. My goodness, failures can occur at any moment. Putting it bluntly, you may consider yourself forcibly created into the city's defense forces. You mistake me for a fool. I know that he arrived separately from you, and I would bet my life that no. Governor voice lies down in a low growl of a drill projectile. It tips its direction straight at the bridge of his nose. It clears his throat and crumbles suddenly. So this is the negotiation technique you have resorted to. Do you think that is the first time I've been threatened with a weapon? No, but this could be your last. The voice is akin to the sound produced by his drilling implement, steady and calm, but ready to explode at the moment's notice when it comes to the balance of flesh tearing. I am heading to the monastery because I must. Is that clear? Rightly so, Majos. Why are you so determined to get to the monastery? Just relax. It would be my pleasure to assist the Omnissiah servant in reaching the sanctum. Thank you for your cooperation, your lordship. As compensation for your decision of my request, I, Majos, officially undertake to accompany you in the role of bodyguard and to protect you at all costs until your life function cease, but only within the limits of the system. You're Hanuman? I'm glad you're alive. The governor raises eyebrows and stares at the tech priest in surprise, but refrains from further commentary. According to the reports we received, Logos Abel Haman set off for the Holy Cenebrum a short while before it was stormed. I'm glad to find out that you're safe. Perhaps you possess information on Master von Collins. My name is Pascal Aluminium, not Abel. I know nothing about such a person. I never met him. The esteemed Logos supervised the work of Lex Mechanicus for many years, however. He rarely left his cyber chapel, and I never had the honor of making his acquaintance. A true Introdite. I would have suggested that you inspect the esteemed Logos' sanctum, but it was destroyed by the rebels. We received several data crypts and connected them to the cogitator command post. They might provide you with some information. We've already gone through them. That name might have been used as a signal, intelligible only to be its intended recipient. In that case, a bearer might be Archmagos Amarant, initiating an investigation and data collection procedure. I can hear my friend Snide whisper through the doors. Be careful on your search, Magos. If you stare into a shattered mirror for too long, you might see yourself in it, and every shard at once. Mending it that much might have tainted affair, then the new reflection is death-like. Okay. Upper way. Return to void ship, please. I want to go home. Mission to report, Lord Captain. Over the past few days, I received several messages from different docks complaining about Alnor's behavior of the ship's constitutions and servitors. The machine servitors replies to no tech receiver forces rid of them. The tech priests can deal with the vessel systems. With the servitors, they seem errors in their tasks, disobey orders, and change the assigned rituals, or sometimes downright freeze as if in a trance. Lord Captain, occurrences such as these are caused by errors in cogitator calculations or have some sensible explanation. I beseech you to take those who whispers about the ship being cursed or possessed. Oh, don't start that, old man. All these particular happenings have long since turned into local legends. A door slams shut, the lumen starts flickering. Folks have grown used to all that. So our resident's ghost has decided to up the ante. I'm telling you, things are only getting to get worse from here. The documents inspired the servitors and concluded they pose no danger. According to the servants of the Omicide, such behavior is caused either by the echoes of mind or completely limited by manifestations of the machine spirit's will. Nonetheless, the faulty servitors make the crew tasks considerably more difficult, and High Deckard would like to discuss how he should deal with the defense properly. He is awaiting your audience on the bridge. Okay. Back to bridge. I don't even remember who we were supposed to talk to. I'm just on the bridge so we can get everybody healed up. After what happened last time. Let's talk with our boy.
The Messiah knows all, comprehends all. Information about the incidents has been detected in the catalog. The incidents have been acknowledged as insignificant. A technical inquiry has established that the most statistically likely cause of the errors was a transgression of sacrilegious negligence during the lobotomizing rite. This disgraceful act of malfeasance has allowed shadows of the servitor's thoughts and recollections to survive in the depths of his mind, which ought to be dedicated to service alone. As a ship's engine seer, I accept the results of the technical inquiry. As a learned servant of the Omnissiah, I question its findings. the patterns of the malfunctions form a more complex picture than can be discerned by those of lower ranks. For this reason, instructions have been issued across the ship to report any new incidents to me personally. I am honored to belong to the priesthood of Mars, guided by its tenets. We safeguard technology against the impure and the unenlightened. It is both a treasure and a secret. Technology is how the divinity of the Omnissiah manifests itself in this world. This is why the uninitiated may only be allowed to touch the most vulgar and mundane of its instances. We, on the other hand, are authorized to use the sacred catechism of maintenance and operation. Although there is another reason to deny lay people the sacrament of knowledge, it can be dangerous. Twisted by renegades, the Omnissiah's wisdom is called heretic, and the exposure to it may corrupt the uninitiated. Another danger is knowledge strangely interpreted and inscrutably twisted by the minds of the Xenos. This bane is called xenotech. That is a bold hypothesis, and yet the Omnissiah teaches us that a dauntless mind can penetrate any knowledge through analysis. Where the ignorant see heresy, the enlightened might see truth. This electu indicates that I am a Magos, who has mastered the sacraments of many spheres of knowledge, and has the right to conduct services in a forged cathedral. Acknowledged. The request is approved. I have no outright restrictions on disclosing this information. They are my younger brothers and guides on the way to the Omnissiah. Their machine spirits are directly bound to my neocortex and pick up impulses from my subconscious. Sometimes they act ahead of my thoughts. This is how the Omnissiah leads me to comprehension. Information about my origins is worthless. I belong to the priesthood of explorators and came to the Coronis Expanse over 200 years ago. Any events preceding that moment are insignificant. I was honored to become a member of the Explorator Cognizance Fleet. When the Adeptus Mechanicus summoned the faithful for an exploratory venture into the depths of the Coronis Expanse, I joined the fleet in fulfillment of my sacred vows of comprehension. Acknowledged. May your labors be effective and fruitful.
Okay. Now... Who was I supposed to talk to about servitors acting up? Journal, right? Okay, there ends. Service can be discussed with High Factorium Janus rank, who's responsible for assistance on board the void ship. There you are. You see, Your Lordship, the ship cylinders have been malfunctioning of late. They violate protocols, interrupt their tasks, observe crew members for long periods of time, and move erratically with no meaning of purpose. Had it been a routine technical fault, I would have decided the fate of the servitors myself, but I deemed it worthy to notify you. I do not wish to hide such irregularities from the Lord Captain. You wish to observe the servitors' unusual behavior before you decide their fate. This could be arranged. The majority of the defective units have been delivered to one of the storage components pending your decision. So express the desire to be present during the inspection. Should it be carried out, I expect that maybe come in handy. As you wish. Would you like the Ensign Prime to accompany you? As your lordship commands. Oh, we don't get like what we got before. His lordship arrives at the scene. He found the servitors at the same position that they assume after they've been corralled to the bay, all starting in a long spiral line and facing the center of the strange formation. The moment his lordship crossed the threshold of the bay, their bodies jerked into motion. All at once, if obeying a command, is turned to face the Lord Captain. The Technoman's tasked with overseeing the effective units even reached for their weapons. But then the servitors went still, just as abruptly as staring at his lordship with vacant eyes. All present hold their breath, disrupted by the sight. We waited for the Lord Captain to speak. His lordship found Yes. Into your prime slowly wades into the motionless ranks of the servitor, peering into their faces and checking the readings. With there was no haste and for his actions with memorism diligence. He inspected each and every unit in his path, and prayers were his companions in their investigation. He examined, confirmed the termin's initial hypothesis. The servitor souls, or rather the souls of the people they once were, had awakened, not yet fully conscious of their past and present, and these half-machines can nonetheless feel primitive emotions and sensations, such as fear and pain. This undesirable consequence of shoddy performance, lobotomy, is most rarely observed, and yet, for some unknown reasons, it had occurred in every single one of the servitors gathered in the bay. Order one of the servitors to take several steps to a servitor. Immediately, a servitor, each and every one of them, stepped towards the Lord Commander in perfect unison. They mimicked his movements with frightening precision. The rogue trader halted in place, and all the moments there waved his hand, and the servitors just as he repeated the gesture as well. When the Lord Commander turned quizzically to so did the servitors, as if mocking him. However, the Lord Captain did but it as incline of the head, a wave of the hand, or a step to the side. The defective units repeated it without a moment's delay or hesitation. Like grotesque marionettes controlled by an unseen puppeteer, we observed this mime unfold in distinctive bafflement for nearly a minute until the servitors finally came to a stop, not sensing any threat from them. The rogue trader approached with confidence. Long-winded and detailed reports can have been summarized in a single key point. Despite the servitors' normal behavior, they are still quite capable of carrying out tasks. Therefore, the circumstances did not call for their termination. A group of Technomates hurried to act upon the Lord Captain's command. The servitors' mechanical parts separated with clicks, snaps, and hisses. The structures between its wrinkled, pale flesh and its augments were laid disgustingly bare, which we watched the tournament do their work and could see only cerament of the servitor's stiff muscles adorned with valves and cavities pierced by countless cords and tubes. The disassembly and is complete. The technomess concurred the unit was in working order. Nothing in the dissected body that laid before us could provide any insight into the reason behind the defects. I should make note of one more thing. At the moment, all of us discovered that not just the eyes, but the hands and head of some of the servitors were now shaking too. It was as if the mechanical servants were overcome with some primal terror. Lord Captain's command was executed post-haste. All defective units were incinerated in furnaces and their remains were expunged into the void. The crew was prepared with replacement servitors, soon forgot all about the destroyed units' particularities, yet this incident haunts my memories to this day. With the fate of the defective servitors decided, nothing could now distract the Lord from his mission. For those who don't know, that is a thing that can happen, and usually there's no signs of it, and I think it is actually theorized that most servitors are like that, but only a few of them can do that. The reason why I did that, like, got rid of them, well, you can see these are dead bodies there, is simple. Even if their souls are indeed, in fact, there, like all that, we don't want the ruinous powers to have fun with them. We need that stuff contained. Let's check our this. Yeah, we're not even level 1 yet for follower. We're at level 1 dogmatic though. Yep, got almost 5 of the explorers. Yeah, let's see. Dogmatic, heretical, and then finally iconoclast. Secondly, servitors are easily replaced. And I mean, very easily. And not all of them are actually criminals. Some of them are Vatborn, and some of them are actually just random people that they took off the street. Think of it like this. Servitors, high chance that they are criminals, but there is always a chance that they were just some poor random guy. Who got shoved in there. But anyway, this is going to be the end for this episode, because like I said, I recorded this before the game broke again, and I did not, and I have been, and I'm kind of tired. So I just wanted to, so I'll see you all in the next.